Hello everyone, so this is actually going to be quite a different video compared to usual, because usually whenever I make Pan Mayhem videos you'll see me in the game with someone else, Super or other friends, but today it's just me. And the reason for that is because I decided I'd do something a little different here, and I'd actually record a life update for the Pan Mayhem community. It was a major flaw in transparency to not make these sort of videos for Pan Simulator, although Pan Simulator honestly is a whole different topic in itself that is not really important to the purpose of this video, but the purpose of this video is to provide the Pan Mayhem community with an update on my life and how it's been affecting the game's development. I figured best to upload it to the Pan Mayhem channel because, for one, I don't think anybody would really care if I posted it on Pan Simulator's channel or my own channel, because the Pan Mayhem community are the ones that I owe an explanation to. As you probably expect already, 2024 has had a whole bunch of surprises. I was dealing with school, I was very busy with it, and I was dealing with that end of year stretch that many of you might be familiar with the final exams, you know, everything's all good. Everything went great, by the way, but I was obviously very focused with it. I was very busy. Among the surprises, I actually also reconnected with Jacob, which is a whole different topic that will require its own separate video another time. Probably on my main channel if I ever get around to making it. I'm not really sure what I'll do with that yet. He has also made some live updates on his channel, by the way, if you want to check them out. So I've been spending time recently with my close friends, enjoying the pleasures summer has to offer, and also remaining dedicated to my studies and my work. I sound like a nerd, I know, but I actually enjoy learning when it is done effectively, just as an FYI. I even got my first summer job. I can't share the details of it for obvious reasons, but it has been fun working there and reconnecting with familiar faces while also meeting new ones. And there are surprises and these surprises obviously will not be slowing down, blah. I'm recording this live, by the way, like it's a video of course, but I'm recording this fully live, like I'm not like pausing the recording or anything to like cut out errors. The only thing I'll really be doing is like video editing to add like the little text on the screen, as you all are familiar with. So as I was saying, these surprises will not be slowing down, as we are 1 week away from entering the Burr months of the year, famously, which include the very last days of the summer, the fall, and the winter. I'm going to be entering my junior year of high school, which, as many of you know, is widely considered to be the hardest year in high school. And as I'm going to be really thinking and focused on my future, I'll have very limited free time. I'm also going to be driving soon, so that's pretty exciting. I figure I'd share that with you all, as this is a life update after all. I also recently got my wisdom teeth extracted, so I was spending time preparing for it in advance. I was eating good meals before, such as eating at my favorite restaurants, while also enjoying like other treats in general. Also, real quick, as a disclaimer, the pineapple juice trick works. It does work. And I'm actually considering making a whole video on wisdom teeth surgery in the future, for those in the future who will be actually going through the procedure and are probably watching at a later date. I was genetically blessed, though, to have something called supernumerary teeth, if that's how you pronounce it, I believe. And as many of you may know, the normal amount of wisdom teeth is 4, but I had some sort of genetic mutation of the sort. I don't even know how that works, but it resulted in me having 6. And so I lived off of mashed potatoes and yogurt for like a full week. And I'm now back to eating regular things and going about my daily life. Life. Wow, okay. My daily life, okay. Okay, that's my air conditioning. I was also briefly stripped of my First Amendment rights, as I was too swollen to even speak normally. If I ever do a face reveal in the future, please remind me to drop some pictures of the swelling, because it was actually pretty funny. However, during the recovery, as you can probably see, I actually released version 3.0, which I am actually planning to record a video on with Super, as always. He still held on to the Pan Mayhem champion title, by the way, just for those of you who are wondering. But it's honestly crazy though, because I plan to release more content for Pan Mayhem, but 2024 has genuinely gone by insanely fast. Like, I genuinely keep hearing the crickets chirping at night, the sounds of nature on the warm summer nights that many of you may be familiar with, and it's honestly thrown me deep into thought, as may be the case for many of you. I still genuinely cannot believe it's already the end of August, because I still remember the first day of the new year vividly, and in 1 week from today, as at the time I'm recording this, I have no idea when I'm going to be rolling out this game's update, but it's about to be September 1st already, and the crickets chirping signals like kind of the end of the summer, as many of you know. I like to consider it as a natural beauty that reminds us that summer really can't last forever, but it's honestly, in my mind, it's the beauty of that makes the summers beautiful, if that makes sense. With that in mind though, I'm gonna be honest when I say that I'm honestly very surprised people still care about the game, and the Pan Mayhem community is still going strong. While I can't disclose details yet, there are actually really good friends out there that I have who actually care about the game after all this time, despite them having zero obligation to. They've supported me, and I can't wait to reveal more on the subject if everything goes smoothly. Regardless though, there is no one single person I can thank for their support. You all have supported me in Pan Mayhem, and I cannot thank you enough for that, especially during this long period of essentially silence. I still did have Pan Mayhem in my mind though, as we were entering the summer months, as indicated by the very cringe social media post that I now showed us to look at. But all seriousness though, I actually kept a specific black notebook for Pan Mayhem that I would write plans for the game in, whenever I felt like it or had nothing to do. And/or maybe, actually, that sounds better. I remember being at school, and I remember making some plans outside on the grass or on the bleachers sitting down like a nerd whenever it was a free period, because nobody really wanted to like play or talk to me. And I remember receiving stares from people, especially from people I don't really like much. I'm not trying to earn your sympathy or anything as a disclaimer, because I actually find it funny imagining how I looked as a kid with glasses carrying his black Pan Mayhem journal and a pencil to write with, whatever. I'm obviously not going to name the people who stared at me for obvious reasons, just so you all know, but they probably know who they are if in the absolute miracle of a chance they're actually watching this video. And if they are, I just want to say, I hold zero malice towards you. I don't want stupid drama, and I only wish you guys the best. Unfortunately though, I was caught outside in the center of a very severe thunderstorm that soaked me in the 2 minutes I had been outside one early morning, which caused extreme water damage to my personal belongings, including the Pan Mayhem journal. The text is still readable, which is very good, although it feels weird to write on, and you can probably imagine there are some streaks. The back cover fell off though, which is not very good news. I guess that's dedication, I guess? I'm considering getting a new Pan Mayhem journal that should be more durable, bigger, and hopefully won't be as easily damaged by water. If it is damaged, hopefully it will recover faster. Let me know what you guys think of that idea. I still have some things to take care of before summer fully draws to a close, so I'm not sure when I'll be able to sit down and edit these videos, as you can probably imagine. Rest assured, despite everything and my lack of free time, I'm still very much interested in Pan Mayhem at the moment, as you all are. Speaking of which, I cannot thank you enough for your support once again. There were actually some personal challenges I won't go into detail about, but what really helped me get through it was the feeling of productivity and happiness I got making plans in the Pan Mayhem journal for the future of the game. It was also the support of all of you that keeps the train of Pan Mayhem rolling, which is the reason I made this video, as I personally felt like I owed it to all of you, to give you all an explanation. I'm not going to set down dates, because I learned my lesson with Pan Simulator already, believe me, but I do have plans for the future. I have major announcements coming soon, so stay tuned for that. I can't disclose hints at the moment, but I promise you will all certainly love them. Until then though, and honestly forever, I appreciate all of your support on Pan Mayhem, and me indirectly. I also appreciate your patience and excessive understanding and time again, which is what helps make this very fun to do. Be sure to share your thoughts down below in the comments, including about the Pan Mayhem journal. And on a final note, if it is God's divine will and timing, then this is just the beginning for Pan Mayhem. Until then, though, I'm Ralphie0511. I hope you all have a great day, and peace out.